right, so just before we get to Coach Huff this morning, we've just got a brief little press conference here to describe one of our new community programs. We've got, I'm gonna butcher this name here, Tiffany Ardolino from Homes by Abbey here, Greg Peterson and Tony Spalantini from the Greater Amateur Football Association, and I'll let Tiffany describe everything that's going on with this new partnership.
Great. Homes by Abbey has been a partner of the Calgary Stampeders since 2005. And this year we're trying to bring it back to the grassroots level by partnering with the Greater Calgary Amateur Football Association. So with every successful Stampeders field goal, we donate $300 directly to Calgary high school football. So to date, that's about $5,400, and given the successful Stampeders season thus far, it will be close to a $15,000 to $20,000 donation by the end of the season. The second program we're running is with every referred sale to Homes by Abbey. If you register a player online, we'll donate $500 back to that minor football team directly to be used for whatever they wish. So that program is basically all information available on homesbyabbey.com. So I'm just going to hand it over to Greg and Tony to talk about where the money and donation is going.
Well, first off, on behalf of the Greater Calgary Amateur Football Association, we like to thank Homes by Abbey. That's just a fantastic sponsorship, and I'm sure most of you people know, as high school football here in Calgary, we are in desperate need of sponsorship, and people like Homes by Abbey who are willing to donate their monies to keep high school football alive in Calgary. Without it, it would be dead, and we wouldn't be able to have high school football. So we're very much appreciative of what they've done. We're hoping that we are guesstimating it will be somewhere around $15,000 per year, which will really go a long way to helping high school football. Also, we're appreciative of the fact that many of you gentlemen give the publicity that is needed to get people out there to donate to sports here in Calgary, and especially to our high school football program. As I indicated, we're in shrinking times when it comes to monetary funds from certain entities, and high school football is becoming more and more of a standalone type entity where we need sponsorship from the outside community, we need coaches from the outside community, and as the years go on, that's going to become more of a reality. So without sponsorship like this, it wouldn't happen. And myself as a high school coach and a previous high school coach, without high school football in Calgary, it would be very detrimental to the city, because I've seen myself what it does for many young players. So on behalf of Greater Calgary, once again, thank you very much.
Just to reiterate what Greg said, we're very lucky to have Avi jump on board. What the money will be used for is junior football for the last 5 or 6 years, because of low budgets, have had to play their games in their back fields, and that's just it's just horrible for them to have to play on their back school fields that are not very well kept. It's just not very good for injury-wise. If it rains, it's just a horrible atmosphere for these kids to play. That money, should the schools choose to, they can now use that money, put it towards renting the fields at Shouldice, play in a safer environment, a better environment. And I think as a young child to get onto a beautiful turf field, especially in the setting of Shouldice, it's kind of exciting. I think junior football sometimes takes a backseat to senior, and especially when you get shoved in those back fields, you don't feel very special. So Avi's going to allow them that opportunity to utilize some world-class fields. Secondly, should the schools not choose to use it for the fields, then they can write in a request to Greater Calgary should they want to buy equipment or put it towards fees if they're from some of the lower socioeconomic areas in the city where it's tough to get kids out because their parents can't afford the fees. Then they would just write a request into our association, and we would make sure that the funds by Avi are used in a proper manner to help that school, whether it be equipment or fees. So again, Tiffany, thank you so much for helping these high school players. And proof is in the pudding. Last night, not a good outcome for the Dinos, but between both teams, Saskatchewan and Calgary, there was probably about 10 former high school stars playing on both those teams. So they're getting education, and many of them will eventually become Stampeders. So thanks again for your support.
Well, Homes by Abbey is really excited to be building the future of football in Calgary. So. Well, Rob's doing really good, so we're pretty happy with his performance so far. He's going to make it an expensive year for the company, but that's okay.
I think what Tiffany said is that if Rob was off, they would just up the money.
If no one else has any questions, everyone